Hello, my name is Miranda, and I want to talk a little bit about why it is okay to be an atheist and to be openly atheist. That was a hard thing for me to realize. It took a long time. I was raised Catholic, and until I was 16 years old, I was quite a devout Catholic. I was raised quite strict Catholicism, and it wasn't until I was 16 years old that I started to question things. And that was very scary because before that time, I hadn't been aware that one even had the option not to believe. I didn't understand that belief is optional. Part of that has to do with the guilt that comes along with Catholicism and the feeling of sin that comes along with doubting what you have been taught as a Catholic. So when I gave up Catholicism at 16 and became an atheist, this was a monumental thing for me. It was very difficult because I was a teenager and I was attending a Catholic high school, so I faced pretty severe consequences at home, at school, and at church, because although I wasn't parading around proclaiming my lack of Catholicism and my newfound atheism, I didn't hide it either, for the most part. And the problem is, at that time, there was barely an internet to speak of. There was a little bit. This was 95, 96. And so I really wasn't aware of atheism as a term that was positive in any way, or even neutral in connotation. I had absorbed the message that it was a dirty word, and I had no access to books or to media that gave me a contradictory opinion on that. So although I knew, just by definition, that I was an atheist, I didn't care for that word for a very long time because I had absorbed the message that it meant something very negative and that it was almost a insult to someone. So it took me a long time to realize that wasn't the case. Once I was away at college after high school, I started to have more access to information and resources and a few things about atheism. I realized it wasn't a dirty word, and it wasn't something that I needed to feel ashamed of. So that has been beneficial for me, and I do love to openly wear the label of atheist. In general, I'm not a huge fan of labels, but I do believe it's very important for all of us, if we possibly can, to whatever degree we're comfortable doing so, to say yes, we are atheists, and we're just like everyone else, because most likely that'll make it so that teenagers in the future will, one hopes, not think of atheism as a dirty word, as I did, because it will be more normalized, more common. It won't be seen as such a stigmatized word. I realize that not everyone can be open about their atheism for whatever circumstances, and that's certainly understandable. And I can't pretend that my own experience was easy at all. In a sense, the becoming an atheist part and eventually accepting that and being proud of it and encouraging others to do so if they can, that in a sense was actually easier than being an ex-Catholic, because when you're an ex-Catholic, you never really get rid of the the vestiges of guilt and feelings of shame and different related things like that that come along with it. So it's two separate issues. So I'm especially sympathetic to ex-Catholics who become atheists, and because it's a specific journey all of its own, dealing with relieving oneself as much as you can of childhood religious indoctrination from Catholicism and the lifelong effects of that, and also becoming an atheist and learning that that's actually a very positive, inspiring thing, and that it's a good thing to encourage others to embrace it as much as they can and as much as they're willing to, so that, as I said, we hope that in the future, maybe the near future, it will not be as stigmatized of a concept and of a term as it currently, unfortunately, still is, despite the progress we've made. So that's my story in brief, and I hope that others can relate, and that everyone who can and wants to will stand up and say that they are an atheist, and that that's just part of who they are, and that it is a positive and lovely and great way to live. So anyway, thank you. Bye.